So,
And we're in.
Matt, we're into the abyss.
Yes.
So, this is your first time with Ultima Underworld, right?
Yep. First time I played it.
Hmm.
Reminds me of
And
some other games I've played, of course, but yeah, I like the free movement here. I liken this to the kind of games like I Have the Beholder, for example, or
yeah.
Dungeon Master, but the free movement here is something different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, totally new. I mean, and this was the big innovation that Looking Glass was pulling off. And we've talked about on the episodes, there's a couple of different companies showing off 3D engines
Yeah.
behind closed doors in the last couple of big gaming shows, but they're the first ones out the gate. This is before Wolfenstein, before any of that stuff.
Yeah. And it looks so much better than Wolfenstein, eh?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
the check out the draw distance that the stuff comes into to your vision when you get close enough. Like there's a,
Mm.
as you told me at some point, I should have lit the
The
lit a torch,
torch.
of course, so I could
Mm.
watch further ahead. But I mean, this is so much better than Wolfenstein's cartoony graphics, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Now, granted, this is coming at a little bit of a cost, as you'll see that weird warping on the walls, how the
Yes.
walls start to turn a little
Yep.
curvy. That's because of some of the tricks that they're pulling to get it to work.
Mm.
So Wolfenstein's walls never warp like that.
No.
And that is basically those compromises. Like this, when I talked to my Paul Neurath interview, which I think is already up on the main feed, we talk extensively about the development of this game and the stuff that they had to do. Like, for example, jumping. I mean, you couldn't do that in Wolfenstein.
Nope. Or in Doom or in anything. Was it all the way up to Duke Nukem before we could actually jump?
Duke Nukem was the first major shooter where you could jump. Yeah. Marathon may have been out before that, and I think Marathon may have had a jump function.
Okay.
But I don't think Marathon had the up and down look of the build engine.
No, okay.
So
I do have up and down look here as well. I just didn't know because the controls are quite. I mean, for something you need to play only 10 minutes off or 7 minutes here. It's a tough game to get to learn that quickly. For example, it took me to about this point, I think, before I figure out that what I can do with my cursors, like based on the one of the 6 icons out on the left hand side you choose.
So,
that's what I'm doing now. So I'm choosing the icon that will actually allow me to pick stuff up. So that took me a while. So you can walk around. That's the top one. You can interact with or speak to, and you can pick up stuff. You can look at stuff. You can fight, and you can use stuff. That's what those different icons over there are. And they're all. I'm playing this with the keyboard and the mouse, of course, but only for the cursor. And everything is hooked up to keyboard commands. This is WASD control before I knew what that was, at least. So it's actually WASD, but also I think Z, X, and C was there as well for some of the. Yeah, that's it. There was strafing, and there was all sorts of stuff from the get-go. So one of them would be, I guess D would be strafing left and right, and then C would be turning left and right, for example.
Yeah. Well, and you hadn't quite figured out here at this point how to use the inventory system.
Nope, not yet. Took me a little while. That's me clicking because I'm trying to figure out which keys to click. So I click the Windows key. I'm playing this on the good old games release, by the way. It's dirt cheap and really, really works well. So if somebody wants to pick this up and play it, that's a good way to get at it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, back in the day on an actual 386, this probably wasn't running quite as smooth as this version.
No, probably not.
No, so that
when
would
I'm
have
sprinting,
been
you just fly through here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's an amazing achievement, and we'll talk about it in the episode how the marketing for this was, because this obviously the days before CDs with video trailers and stuff, and the whole idea of how this thing looks and how it moves was extremely difficult to convey to people.
Yeah.
And I mean, just looking at, like you said, the other games. I mean, Eye of the Beholder 2 is getting reviewed on the Amiga this month as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And a bunch of magazines. So it's like, how do you compare these two things to one another?
It's something completely different. But it's also it's really an RPG. I mean, it's a tough game to play. I'll get into combat in a little while here and have a hard time doing that as well, because you really need to take your time, pick up the right stuff, equip it, and figure out how to play this game. It's not something you just throw yourself at.
Oh no, by no means, by no means. I mean, it's and Neurath talked about it, how they originally developed it without the Ultima license.
Okay.
And then when the Ultima license was added, that's when people from Origin basically helped out to make sure that it had all the Ultima trappings.
Okay.
Like the rune that you just picked up.
Yeah.
And I think also some of the aspects of the menu system on the left. Those actions are also based strongly on the Ultimas of the time.
Okay.
So
see, I didn't know what to use the runes for example, so I just placed them in my inventory.
Yeah, I think they're for magic use. So basically what you're doing here is you're finding all the stuff that any of the character classes could use. And I think you need to grab the backpack, and then you can put stuff in the backpack.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly, because then that's why the character on the side you see at the very right above the woman's head, there's like a little hook, and it can actually flip around, so you can actually get more inventory items.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, and I think the same thing is also on the commands on the left for some reason.
Okay,
but it's been way too long. Or you pull on the little chain underneath her. Maybe that's it. If you clicked on the little chain underneath her, I think that flips it around.
Okay.
Ooh, and here now NPCs.
Yes. So now I need to talk to him, of course.
Braggett. Great name.
Braggett. And Kyra was the name I chose. I think I said this on the audio version as well, because she reminded me a bit of actually Xanthia from The Legend of Corinthia. So that's why I was thinking of Kyra.
Very nice. Keeping it old school. I dig it.
I love those games, especially the first two.
Yeah. Now this is the one place where the old school 320 by 240 VGA kind of lets it down. The text looks so damn blocky.
Yes, it does. But we're used to reading that, aren't we? I mean, you don't need that many pixels to do good text.
That's true. That's true. And theoretically, I think was VGA still an analog signal? Yeah, VGA signal is an analog signal. So in theory, you could put this on like more RGB-ish monitor. Are you just attacking the guy you just talked to? Oh, you poked the bear.
Yeah. Just
poked the bear.
I wanted to see what happened. And what happened was that I didn't know how to hit him.
Well,
so where's my health displayed in this?
The red vial.
Yeah, I was
on the bottom right.
Thinking that would be it.
Yeah, the blue is your magic.
Yep.
And the red is your health.
Yeah, I'd like to see his health bar as well, but no.
No, they're not going to tell you that.
That'd be too easy.
I don't think the Ultima games ever gave you that kind of information.
Okay.
If memory serves me right, I may be wrong, but I don't think they gave you that information, which makes sense because it really was coming from the tradition of the pen and paper game, where the DM is not going to tell you how many hit points the monster's got. You just kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe this guy's like an immortal or something. That's why you can't kill him. You
got a hit in there, but yeah. So have a look at the nice little details with the dragons. Sometimes they like cover their eyes when you do something stupid.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is funny. That is great.
I like that.
Very reminiscent of Barbarian.
Yes.
if you want to go for a classic reference there.
And I died.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you get to end this with somebody dying. That's good. Peter will be appreciative of this.
Oh yeah. So now see this. I'm glad I'm really, really glad I was able to get you to play this game because it is one of those moments. And I'm guessing, were you already a PC user at this point? 92?
90? No, not yet. Amiga.
Nah, you're still an Amiga kid,
Yeah.
just like me. And yeah, this was one of those games where I got to play it on friends' machines, but I never actually got to really spend time with it because of that. So I'm glad I was able to at least give you that experience.
Yes. I'm glad I've tried it. I would like to try more, but it's a game that you need to set aside a lot of hours for, I think. So.
Oh yeah. This is one of those 100-hour plus ones, and it's unfucking forgiving in the later stages.
Okay.
So it would be a lot of save state, and GOG. Okay, but let's get back to the episode. Okay.